brutal attack in Harlem when a woman who was just trying to buy a bottle of wine.
She says it happened after she turned down one man's offer to pay for her. CBS 2's Lisa Rosner spoke exclusively with the victim. Surveillance video shows a group outside this liquor store as a woman walks in alone just before 6 p.m. Monday. The 31-year-old mother says she was buying a bottle of wine after work when two men walked in the shop on West 128th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. She says the man in the red offered to pay.
I politely declined and I said, no thank you, but thank you. Could pay for it myself. And I got ready to walk out. And before I walk out, he basically said that he felt like I thought that I was better than them.
The men followed her out, she says, asking what did she want to do about it.
So I just asked them, I said, you're seriously trying to fight me? I'm trying to go about my business.
She says they chased her across the street, kicking her, and one man actually bit her forehead, leaving deep wounds. She says he tried to bite her eye out. Others kicked her.
To bite me and do that, maul me the way that he did, with me screaming and saying that I'm just trying to get my daughter, that's an animal. That's not a person.
Witnesses tell me multiple people called 911. The woman was taken to NYC Health and Hospital's Harlem in stable condition. During the attack, she says her iPhone fell on the ground, and when she went to grab it,
he pried the phone out my hand. He's like, give me your phone.
She says afterwards someone told her to run because one of the men had done this to someone else before and could come back. The woman, who has not been able to open one eye, says the suspects need to be caught immediately so other people going about their day don't fall prey. In Harlem, Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
Okay, so y'all just heard that video clip right there. Now that one sounds a little bit more past tense, and I thought it was going to actually talk about what I'm going to talk about in this video right now. But shout out to Caressa because she is the one that sent me this article, and this actually just came out today, and this video is being recorded on February 2nd, 2021. So the reason why they're highlighting that person right there in the red is because they say that this person right here was arrested. The one in the red, his name is Tyrone Cooper. And they said he got arrested this past Saturday from a separate incident outside of the main one, which was the one where he and two other guys attacked this woman. And of course, I think one of the other guys they're looking for is the one in the black that's standing next to him. But they said that he was just arrested and facing charges for a separate attack, for something separate, as well as now because they have him for the they have him on video for this one. They're definitely going to throw charges on him on top of this. And you heard in the video, someone told her to run because they said this is not the first time that these guys have done that. And just hearing the initial story when I first heard about it, I could tell this wasn't the first time. I could tell that they've preyed on people before, and I bet you they probably preyed on other vulnerable women. They saw a woman there, she was by herself. They asked her could offer to buy her wine for her, and she said no thank you. She didn't get aggressive with them. She said she politely declined, and then they said, oh, so you feel that you're better than us. At that moment, that's when it went completely left. I hope they deal with his ass accordingly wherever it is that he goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and read this article and see what new information they have to say. A suspect is under arrest after a brutal attack on a Harlem mother that sparked outrage in the community. Police said Tyrone Cooper was arrested Sunday in a separate incident. I'm sorry, I said Saturday. This evening, Tyrone Cooper was apprehended by the NYPD 67th Precinct Patrol officers in Brooklyn after responding to a domestic violence radio run. Chief of Detectives Rodney Harrison tweeted, he was also wanted for the brutal assault on a 31-year-old female that occurred on January 18th outside of a liquor store. Now listen to that. They said that he was apprehended after a domestic violence radio run. So this guy just has issues dealing apparently with other women. Because like I said, they said this isn't the first time he or whoever else he was with has done this. So he just has a thing where he just has to get physical. No matter what. It seems like anything can trigger this guy. That's someone who is not stable. They don't need to be outside. Police said Cooper was one of 3 suspects who attacked a 31-year-old mother on January 18th outside of a liquor store near West 128th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. The victim told CBS 2 2 men approached her while she was buying a bottle of wine after work, and one man offered to pay. I politely declined and I said no thank you, but thank you, I could pay for it myself, and I got ready to walk out. Before I walked out, he basically said that he felt like I was better than them. The woman told CBS 2's Lisa Rosner in an exclusive interview. The suspects followed her outside where they were joined by a third man. I just asked them, I said, "You're seriously trying to fight me? I'm trying to go about my business." Surveillance video shows them chase the victim and start kicking her. One allegedly bit her in the forehead, leaving a deep wound. To bite me and do that, maul me just the way that he did, with me screaming, saying, "I'm just trying to get to my daughter. That's an animal, not a person." Days later, outraged community members gathered outside the store to condemn the violence in the neighborhood. The victim's cousins were among the crowd and said she was still traumatized. "People can't think that they can do what they want to do. No means no," cousin Leroya Small said. "Senseless, no reason. She didn't even know them," cousin Sybil Smalls said. Well, let me just start off by saying that I'm glad that they did catch this guy right here. They need to catch the other 2. But it looks to me like he was the prime or the main one they were really going after because he was the more aggressive one out of the bunch. But still, don't let that be the determining factor as to why you want to not go after the others, because those others needs to be apprehended as well, because they definitely had a role to play. But yeah, they traumatized this woman probably for the rest of her life. Like, all she wanted to do was go get a bottle of wine and go home to her child and just unwind for the rest of the day. She probably had a long day at work and she was probably stressed and needed to, kick back and relax just to calm herself down from whatever day she had. Not go to the store and then get attacked by these 3 lame ass pieces of shit because she declined to decline their offer to buy her wine for her. And she didn't even come out, and like I said, she didn't even come at them in an aggressive tone, like with an attitude. She just said, "No, thank you. I can pay for it myself." And that's probably the line right there where it triggered him. Not the part where she says, "No, thank you," but the part where she said, "I can pay for it myself." And that's what sent off something in his head that she was, quote unquote, better than they were. Are you serious? He better, I'm put it like this. He better be lucky he's in police custody and not out on the street. Because the way some of the people are moving up there right now after this, they would probably tear his ass apart. That's why a lot of people advocate for street justice for cases like these or situations such as these. But we're gonna try our best to stay on top of this story right here to see where it goes. Because like I said, this person, based on what I heard in the video, what I've read, and him being picked up for another attack, he has a history of doing this. He has a history of, violence and attacking people for whatever reason or whenever he just feels the urge to want to attack. I wonder if he was the one that bit her. I don't think they didn't specify who was the one that bit her. And I was watching the video as y'all was listening to the audio, and they show where she was bitten at, and they said it was gruesome. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a reason why when I did the initial story about this that I didn't show that picture. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. If you haven't done so already, text the number pinned down in the comments so you can receive notifications every time I upload a new video.